Duncan Russell, many congratulations. How does it feel to be the new manager of Mansfield Town Football Club?
I'm very proud to be asked to be the manager. There's been a lot of great managers before me, and I just hope that we can do them justice. Paul and I, who's going to come in and be my number two, and hopefully we can just keep the good name of the club up and do the club justice.
When did you find out?
About half an hour ago. I've just been told that I've got the job. So the chairman, obviously, I got a phone call saying that he obviously wanted to meet me and he wanted to address the players, and he just come out in front of the whole squad and announced that I'm going to be his new manager.
How did you assess your own caretaker period, Russ?
I just went from day to day, really. I didn't look any further than down the next day. I knew I was caretaker manager. I knew there were other people, there were other candidates in for the job, and all I tried to do, along with Paul, was like just live each day as it came and keep the players right, keep training, be professional, and wait for the chairman to make his decision.
So all in all, you feel you did enough to get the job?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I've got a massive thank you to the players, to be honest with you, because, with losing David as their manager, being locked out of Field Mill, all the inclement weather, things haven't gone, the way things should go, or you'd hope them to go. So we just had adversity all the time, and like I said, I've always said it before, and it's one of my favourite sayings that, through adversity comes strength. And I really do thank the players because they've turned it round. I've not turned it round, they've turned it round. So if you give players belief and you give them some freedom, you give them ownership, and that's what we've done. And they've turned it round, and it's just a massive thank you to the players.
Would you go as far as saying that they've won you the job?
Yeah, I would do, absolutely. Because without those, I mean, we know we've got a great chairman, and he has the club at his heart, and we know he's willing to pump money into the club. But without, you can have a great chairman, you can have loads of money, but if you haven't got players that want to work and want to buy into what you're trying to do and trying to achieve, then you have no chance. And so that's why I do say, yeah, I think they have got me the job, yeah.
We'll come on to more about players in a minute, Russ, but let's talk about you firstly. What qualities will you bring to this now permanent position?
I think the biggest thing really is leadership. I think that's really important, but also with leadership comes ownership. So we allow players to make decisions. I'll make decisions along with Paul, and I just feel like it's a massive thing for me is ownership. So like today, you've seen us training today, and on one pitch we're doing one thing, and the other pitch I say to the players, individually I say, yeah, you take that session, you take that session. So we give them ownership, and I think that's it. Just lead by example. You've got to be honest with players. That's really, really important, and you've got to be honest with yourself. And that's the way while I'm in this tenure, that's what I'll do.
What type of manager do you think you'll be?
Well, I think you have to lead. You have to be a leader, and to be a leader, you have to have people that trust you. So you have to have honesty and integrity. You've got to give people license. I keep talking about this ownership. You've got to be sort of democratic, not autocratic. You have to listen to people, because sometimes even the youngest player can bring something to the shelf. So I think you've got to have an open mind and an inquiring mind to be a good leader.
What's your brief been from the chairman, John Madford?
The brief's been, you've got 3 games, get some results. And that was it, quite simple. So he gave me my goal, and sometimes you have to be definitive, and he didn't beat about the bush. He just said to me, get me 3 results, and that's what I've gone out and done.
What about his latest brief, Russ, now that he's appointed you as his new manager? What's he said? Well,
really, he's not said a great deal other than keep the players going, try and get on a run. I've yet to sit down and sort out the finer details with the chairman, but really, he's given me ownership to say, go out there, you've done okay for the last 3 games, carry on doing it. And it's quite simple, sometimes you haven't got to overcomplicate things.
Your aim, though, must surely be to get to the playoffs.
My aim, because it's still mathematical possible, is to win this league. That's my aim. Now, if anything falls short of that, then yeah, I'll aim for the playoffs. But I think if you just aim for the playoffs, I think you've got to aim higher. And why shouldn't we? I've got a great bunch of lads. I've got a good assistant. We've got the chairman behind us, the chief executive behind us. We've got a good company of people around us, and I think that's important. So no, I'll aim for the highest. While it's still possible, I'll aim for the highest, and that's to get this team to win this league.
We've talked a lot about players in this interview. Well, you have. Let's talk about them more in depth. There's a squad of 32. Will you cut it down?
Well, the chairman, again, I need to speak to the chairman about that to find out what his remit is, what my remit is, I should say, and what he wants me to do. It is a large squad. I understand that. So I'm just waiting to sit down with the chairman and sort out these deals. So I really can't comment on it just yet. We've got a bunch of players that I just want to keep happy. I want to keep them playing. I want to keep working them hard, keep them fit, keep them focused, and that's my remit at the moment. Until I speak to the chairman, he tells me what I need to do, then that's all I can say at this moment in time.
Would you feel it needs to be cut down, Russ?
I'd like to keep them all. I really would, because they're a tremendous bunch of guys, and what they are is that they've got honesty and integrity, and every training session we've had these last few weeks, which has been very difficult at times because we've not been able to get onto the grass, they've shown commitment, not just to me, but I think they've shown commitment to the club, and they see what our aim is. Even though I was caretaker manager, because I said to them all along, I said, if I'm at the job in a week's time, 2 weeks' time, what you have to do is you have to maintain your professionalism as a player, keep yourself fit, be focused, and have your own individual aims, because that's really important to be able to do that. Because that's when you do that, you can stay focused.
What about players coming the other way, players coming in? Do you anticipate to make signings in January?
Well, again, at this moment in time, there are a lot of good there's a lot of good players out there, and there's players out there that are up for grabs at this moment in time. But I'm not looking anywhere at the moment. I've got to sit down with the chairman and the chief executive and discuss these type of things. So at the moment, I'm just non-committal on that at the moment.
What are your immediate priorities now?
Try and get on some grass and play some football. That's my priorities. No, I just think what's really, really important is the fact that we can't get on grass because of the inclement weather. I've got to make sure these players stay happy, focused, and that's what's important, and to keep them fit, because it's very difficult sometimes. You take them into where we are at this moment in time, into the indoor arenas, and it can become repetitive and it can become boring. But I've got a good, we've got Steve-O, the fitness coach. Now we've got Paul Hall, who's with me. So we try and keep things different. Variety is the spice of life, as they say, and very much so in football. So we try and change things, and we try and alter things to keep the players occupied and keep them focused. That's what's really important.
Let's talk about fans. What's your message to them?
I'm very proud to be your manager. I'll do everything I possibly can to get this team into the division they deserve to be in, which is the second division, if not higher, to be honest with you. You've got a fantastic history, you have a fantastic stadium, you've had some great managers in the past, you've always been a real vocal set of supporters. I've been here on two occasions before with MK Dons and with Macclesfield Town, and you've always been very, very vocal. And all I ask of you is to give us some time, be patient with us, and we'll do the best we can to get this team back into the second division.
Good luck, Russ.
Thank you very much indeed.